Welcome to High School Film Nerds. I'm Abby Elliott.
And I am
Josh Elliott, my brother. We're related. Aren't we cute?
We have to sit on very separate sides of the couch because even though we both somewhat enjoyed everything, we both have differing opinions.
Gotta go.
Visual metaphors. Gotta love them.
The movie had really good visual metaphors.
Like what?
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm just trying to quickly argue it.
One of the things that I really liked was the look of it.
The color corrections in the movie were beautiful. They really brought the movie to life.
Like how she starts off
It's
very
bland.
white. Like she starts adopting yellows.
As she adopts more colors, the world outside becomes more colorful. And
Yeah. Oh, should this review be full spoilers just because?
yeah, it's been out for so long.
And it's so hard to talk about it without spoilers.
Yeah.
But
Although
the
the
trailer
trailer
spoils everything. Spoiler alert, she goes outside. I love the look of it, and I love how it changed as the story went along. Since she's been trapped inside her entire life, she has to learn to be creative in some ways, and she creates these little models of things. Now, it's based off of a book, and so the characters are constantly texting, and so in the book, you probably wouldn't need to have much creativity with that because you can just read what they're texting in the book. In a movie, that many texting conversations would be so boring. So what they do is they basically have it as though both of the characters are in these model sets that she has created.
With the little spaceman.
That's not only a really creative idea, but it looks like they're actually inside a model.
The way that they take the exact details from the set she makes, and so seeing it then with them in it, it's wow, that looks identical to the set. It's a very interesting way that I've never seen personally done. The way that the text conversations are they're fluent.
Although them saying ellipses is the dumbest thing.
Okay, I agree with that. Ellipses was real stupid.
Because they literally just go, ellipses.
They could just be silent and it would convey the exact same message.
Now let's get to probably one of the aspects of the story.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
One of the aspects of the story that I'm not quite sure if you know this, but we disagree on, it's the female lead.
I like her.
I thought the actress did a fine job, but in terms of her personality, she is basically young adult female lead number 57.
I was talking about the actress. The character's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the character.
Well, I think you liked her more than.
I did like her a lot. I liked the fact that A, it was an interracial couple. B, she doesn't have a lot to work with going not only from the script and stuff, but also the book. Because I've seen some reviews of the book and stuff, and I know people who've read it, and they're like, she's not that bold a character. And so it's kind of like with the Twilight series where everyone was like, oh my gosh, Kristen Stewart can't act. And it's that's how Bella is conveyed in the book.
And it's been proven since then that Kristen Stewart is actually a good actress.
Oh yeah, it's what the characters are given, and I don't blame her for that. And I think that she took some acting liberty with some scenes, and I really appreciate that with how it was conveyed.
I just couldn't wrap my mind around why these characters liked each other, apart from just a natural physical attraction to each other. I didn't think that they were interesting enough characters to be as fascinated with each other as they were.
I really liked Ollie, and I really love his actor.
What have I seen him in?
Jurassic World.
He played the teenager that kept creeping on all those girls in the movie.
He
kept just staring at him.
You want to see some dinosaurs?
The two leads, even though I don't think their characters have good chemistry, I think the actors had amazing chemistry.
They were so
I
good
enjoyed watching
together.
them. As the movie goes along and once she goes outside, it just becomes a lot more generic.
They had a very good chemistry going with the characters at the start. I loved when they first met. It wasn't they're oh my god, I love you. It was she's oh my god, I'm so awkward. It was that's how it would actually be.
Oh, they totally ripped off a scene from Annie Hall. The scene where they are sitting across from each other on the room, and every time they say a sentence, it says what they're actually thinking underneath them. A lot of movies do that, but Annie Hall, or I'm pretty sure that originated it, and it's such an overdone concept. And for a movie with such originality in how characters communicate with each other and how they have conversations, I thought that was a lazy
Well, I think
attempt.
that's what they do in the book. They have the line, and then it's what they're thinking. Once she went outside, not the first time when she ran out to help Ollie, I loved, honestly, that scene. And it was kind of chaotic, but it was a good kind of chaotic because it was actually chaotic.
Mhm.
The amount of times I just said chaotic.
It takes place in wherever she is. It's entirely in the house. And so when she does go outside, it feels random. It feels like new, even though we're outside all the time. We know what it's
Yeah,
like.
it was a very cool scene, and I loved how they filmed it. Quick motions and switching from characters, but at the same time it wasn't like completely rapid where you were like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It showed the stress of the situation and the confusion and the danger, and I really enjoyed that.
Should we talk about the twist now?
Yeah. So she doesn't actually have a disease. Her mother has just been lying to her to keep her in the house. When she was a baby, her dad and brother were killed in a car crash. The girl, not the mom. And she's just been so afraid to let her daughter go outside. It was one of those scenes where you were either against the mother or kind of like you understood her.
I didn't like the twist very much.
I didn't either. It was kind of predictable. The acting in that scene was really good.
The main reason I don't really like that twist very much is because what teenager can relate to that situation?
Well, no teenager can, but at the same time, you almost relate to it personal experience, like you've been lied to before.
I think it's just a matter of what the movie is trying to actually say.
Yeah, I didn't really get the message of the movie because I could tell they were trying to like convey something. I just didn't understand.
Should we go to final verdicts?
Sure. Do you want to start?
Everything is a movie with a bunch of really original ideas. How they have text conversations, and it has a really great look to it. It has great uses of color, visual style that help tell the story in interesting ways. Apart from those things, it is basically just a YA checklist. A typical female lead, exclusion to it, but then there's also a sense of rebellion, and then there's a twist at the end. And so the story itself is pretty generic. It has a few highlights to it, so I'm gonna give it a 6.
I agree with what you said completely. At the same time, while it had the typical female lead, romantic, yada yada, rebellion, and at the same time, it really brought kind of a playing field into the game. When they first met, as I said, it wasn't, oh my god, I love you. You're beautiful. It was like, you are a lot different than I thought you were gonna be. It's like a first date. It's awkward, and I loved how they brought realness into the movie. The movie felt very real, and I loved the cinematography throughout the movie and the color, how it changed, how it moved, how it was conveyed throughout the movie. So I give this movie a 7 out of 10.
So our total is a 6.5 because I do math. So it was better than Snatched. Be sure to check out more of the reviews. Tell us if you want Abby and I to do any more reviews, but it took us like 3 or 4 months to get through these reviews, so I can't imagine how long it's going to be before we do our next ones.
Go subscribe down below. Check out other reviews.
Yes.
Give us a like.
You know you like us. We're adorable. Okay, so see ya.
Bye.